against Houston on Friday night.
See this steal here. That's not the way you do it.
It is the way Minnesota would look. Thompson.
Same amount of championships from this, but at the end of the...
Kyle Anderson showing off the handle in tracks, giving up the look, and instead it's...
If you watch him in Utah, that's something that every steady guard. He plays within himself, but you always want him to be so aggressive scorer.
Reed will try for three.
Wings and forwards now. He's more off the ball. He likes the physicality. He wants to be able to shoot the rock.
Yeah, shout out my guy Chris. Yeah, on James, who was like a small forward, now to make his career even longer.
Out to Reed. He'll try and get a little bit of a lackluster California road trip. And 72 in a row in his younger days, and has been McDaniels for three.
Teams that make you take.
He finds Reed.
It's a little different now when you're talking about there's really no Karl Anthony Towns that they can get healthy and make the quality.
And hopefully a tough
history. When you think about veteran teams, championship team, that has been a little unsettling if you're a war.
Edwards off the bounce, the elevation, confidence right now, and a lot of Thompson. Was that 4? Looney.
Person, when you talk about how they're aggressive from the start of this game, really
that he's trying to adjust to this year.
They're doing, and Jordan Poole, people are on an X factor that might help us. That's the thing where you have a big man that's out.
Off the bounce.
It's not just the flop, you got to sell the flop.
Reed for 3. Poole in and out, Looney. When they have their usual guy.
Outstanding. Naz Reid is.
Here is Rivers off the bounce, attacking. Another turnover. Headwinds against your Ty Jerome.
Starts cracking jokes, you know, tongue in.
Back out to Michael Green. Now starting to stack up. Naz Reid with a touch. On the corner for Reid. Did not want. That's the come went.
Quality depth in their front court.
They are torching the net. Poole. Alexander Walker drops it off for Green against Golden State than any team in the league.
Give up some of the pain points, but also their...
Edwards. With a double-digit lead on the road.
Outlet, I should be able to throw that ball.
Edwards with the fake. Lineups being utilized. And let's get it to Edwards to make it off underneath. Anderson tried to pairing with Gobert.
Hard to start that grit and grind.
To Naz Reid in the first quarter. that was no fault of his, where the gum was deflected when it popped.
Keep that first souvenir.
It was Dentine. Anderson tries to lob over the top. By the way, he's 3 for 3 with 7
technical
points.
You know, again, that we'll get some clarification from the officials.
It's been all without Draymond Green missing his second. Baldwin, June allowing Poole an opportunity to break. Rivers, McDaniels. So much movement, particularly, but that's anticipated according to Woj.
Minnesota Timberwolves can thank Naz Reid. Not much in this game, and if they're going to play like it.
Again, denied access
to get to him, but if he's able to get...
He loves playing Golden State, has had a couple of that last time out. Roz, you actually...
First, he was making sure that Jordan...
Together and showed that you can win with a little change in the rules, allowing successful win. Left to go here in this first half.
The floor, Reed.
Direct game are in a game 3-point line, so he knows he's going to get...
Edwards looking for that. Poole. Reed will try for another triple. DiVincenzo.
Here's got both his hands. There wasn't, you know...
The applause for the return of hit on the first, an 82% free. Off the bounce.
Fine. You got to chalk up 6-8 quality that he does. Getting downhill.
Alexander Walker, mid-range. DiVincenzo for Golden State. And
time to figure out, but you just know the confidence.
4 to go in the half. Edwards, the Poole called into duty with.
Those were clearance. They were
light up the crowd. Deep miss. Jonathan, no,
it's not there.
Garza
back and crash that glass. You gears at it.
Thompson.
All defenders. You know, missing on he did. The reason why they went and got him, you got to leave the place. They didn't want to might as well put on a coaching jersey with him on the floor, and typically he's a...
There he is again.
There we go. I don't think Caitlin Clark has ever shown here. He's the biggest player out and help and get those loose balls.
Drops it off for Kuminga. And he's just 1 for in the NBA.
To do it on the road.
Minnesota.
Now all of a sudden Jordan Poole.
Rome has now come into the game for Poole. Drops it off for Kuminga. Thompson, trail 3.
What's been missing from this team? You know it's a 10-point swing.
Austin Rivers in. Golden State can take the lead into the locker room. Off the bounce, hangs.
To all these extra possessions.
One of those things is Naz Reid had it going. Did right there, drawing up the first, putting a message to the team.
32, 34 night.
Is able to do and how he's able to do it in him and other players. That's when I think their team.
That last foul for Golden State, the shot of the second half. Will try first.
These matchups feel like they have even Dallas versus the Lakers.
And what should prove to be a wild wet.
Check shot, no, makes the right pass in the game. They're not even tapped in yet.
We'll get it back for an open look. Off the ball night.
Knocking it down as you see. But
the kick out.
Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, maybe NBA. And so, Jackie Ross, same hotels as the great lost before you.
So important. And for more, Thompson now with 20 points. The trail grips. Reid.
Out to him at 3. He can take his time.
Thompson for Clay. Anderson. Looney bot quarter for Thompson. Got the shorter defender on him. Reid. Heat. Thompson.
Mistakes.
Edwards uses the reach. Kuminga. Squares. On the drive. All 4 games on ABC and ESPN. Work. Gets down the lane. Works teeing up to 3 from the corner.
Out as the game goes on. You look for him. He's got to continue with this aggressive.
Edwards, mid-range. Yeah, of course, A-Rod with...
It's a 4-point game. You're leading by 4. Not that necessarily third score. So
shot clock winding down.
Quarter, but eventually you start to figure it out. The zone is starting to bother him.
Poole, nice back door. The drive, baseline, no, but up. Green will take a chance. Corner.
Position, no easy.
Matraz, Timberwolves from downtown. Inside.
To me, you can see a little bit of the physical. Those guys were getting after it. I'm talking about Luke.
Still no Steph Curry, Gary Payton. So there's a limited number of...
Literally all you.
Naz Reid circles back around.
Steps up. Let's see if he's right on top.
Smacks it back out. Another chance for clock winding down. Off the bounce. No. Alexander Wool behind Looney. Reid down the lane.
And I know this is not the, like I said, 3rd best record in the West opportunity. That is one thing in which freebies.
A 30-point night. Lamb. Somebody you're competing with.
Winnable games based off of how they play. So they have very winnable.
So check in with Roz Gold on Woodie.
Timeout. Anthony Edwards was the first play and leadership from Anthony Edwards.
Shots or calls or fouls.
It's been a big second half for the Timber. DiVincenzo. Steve Kerr during that. Austin Rivers.
So for them to have a lead.
Both 500 records.
Anthony Edwards, where
both sides all season. Thompson spins away from Rivers.
They just banked in him. You see, they're not leaving Anthony Edwards. How they're guarding Anthony Edwards, not even looking for him.
He's been picking at the crowd all night, and Vincenzo.
Had injuries throughout the season, so it's not like that. And they just have to
shooting tonight for the Wolves.
The official crunch time.
Thompson, he stays with him through the screen. This possession defended by Kuminga. Drives baseline.
Down. Those are the things that come
on the drive. Here's McDaniel's trip. Finds the open DiVincenzo. Reid in the trail for 3.
Chirping the loudest. 4th corner supporting his teammates' body. So those first 2 months, as elite as he has been.
Game. Thompson, deep 3. He picks up his 5th foul. What could have been 3.
Anthony Edwards, they're making them play.
Tipped up. Edwards. Thompson. Pass. Edwards will try again. McLaughlin. The game.
We're basically boxing one. He will understand this, and I believe.
Naz Reid for three for Golden State. Game above 500. Jay Redick in Denver. Warriors that took the floor to get a win against Golden State. Klay Thompson, who made his first shot of the second half, will try first below.
Kuminga knocks down a three because these matchups feel like they have even Boston the other night in that ending. Dallas versus the Lakers.
Found action. In what should prove to be a wild wet.
Going, does he try and take a little heat check shot? No, it makes the right pass and goal. He has so many facets to his game. They're not even tapped in yet.
We'll get it back for an open look. Reid. Off the bounce. Too shy of his career high tonight.
Reading what the defense is giving you and knocking it down, as you see. But
Anderson. The kick out.
Some credit, I think, in the NBA. You have Earl Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, made first African-American to play in the NBA. And so, Jackie Robinson that weren't even able to stay in the same hotels as the great boss, really giving credit to the people that came before you.
So important, and for more plus. Klay Thompson now with 20 points. The of it. DiVincenzo with trail three. Hit 6 of their first 7 shots. Reid.
He can take his time. They weren't closing out to him at 3. He can take his time, and Reid has done an outstanding job tonight.
Thompson. It's picked off by Jerome, and the leak out for Klay.
Points back there.
Anderson. Looney Boston. 12 in the third quarter for Thompson. Kuminga got the shorter defender on him. 7 points tonight. Reid. Heat comes from Reid. He's got to give it up. Thompson.
You pay if you make unnecessary mistakes.
Edwards uses the Reid. Kuminga. Squared. On the drive all day. With 4 games on ABC and ESPN. Good defense by McDaniels. Edwards going to work. Gets down the lane. Edwards teeing up the 3 from the corner.
And then he's going to figure it out as the game goes on. You look for him to have a 20-point quarter like it's nothing, so he's got to continue with this aggressive.
Edwards, mid-range. Barry still in the Bay Area. Of course, A-Rod with...
Disappears because this game is tight. It's a 4-point game. You're leading by 4. You have D'Angelo Russell on your team. You don't have that necessarily third score. So
had to kick it back out. Shot clock winding down.
This might work for you for a game, a half, a quarter, but eventually you start to figure it out. In the ball, he's not looking to do anything. The zone is starting to bother him. Going one-on-one because he's so elite.
Poole, nice back door. Nice shoulder fake. The drive baseline, no, but up. Green will take a chance. For Golden State, that's only 27%. Corner.
Get an open shot for Walker.
To be solid, we can't give him anything in transition. No easy.
Thank you very much, Raz. Timberwolves with Warriors. A cold night from downtown. Jordan Poole trying to get inside.
You can see the intensity revving up. To me, you can see a little bit of the physical game earlier. Dave, Phoenix, Milwaukee. Those guys were getting after it. I'm talking about Point.
On the other side for Golden State, still no Steph Curry. Gary Payton, his 2nd straight game. So there's a limited number of...
You said it earlier, we got an all-star game missing. Literally an all-year.
Lamb baseline cut off by Naz Reid. Circles back around.
Rudy Gobert, and now he just steps up. Let's see if he's right on top.
Oh, DiVincenzo, weak side, smacks it back out. Another chance for
3.
Conley, shot clock winding down, off the bounce. No. Alexander Poole behind Looney. Conley weak side. Reid down the lane. 3rd.
And I know this is not the trend that we have seen in the Steve Kerr era. Like I said, third best record in the West. Knocking down your free throws when you have an opportunity. That is one thing in which chance opportunities, and you got to clean up those freebies.
A 30-point night. Lamb. Only get a dub for yourself, but a loss for somebody you're competing with.
Or Golden State. So those are very winnable games based off of how they going from Minnesota to, say, Cleveland. You know, so they have very winnable.
Let's check in with Raz Goldon-Woode.
Stars staying with it. At the timeout, Anthony Edwards was the first play. Positive, locked-in body language and leadership from Anthony Edwards.
Him sulking, frustrated that he's not getting shots or calls or fouls.
It's been a big second half for the Timber. Under 30% from deep.
Warrior team can get it going quick.
DiVincenzo. Oh! Steve Kerr during that game. Austin Rivers.
League in fourth quarter points. So for them to have a lead.
Tied for 7th. Both 500 records.
So effective at kind of keeping Anthony Edwards where.
Again, a similar issue for both sides all season. Thompson spins away from Rivers.
Clay making from everywhere. He just banked in
on the night.
You see, they're not leaving Anthony Edwards. How they are guarding Anthony Edwards open, and you have to attack it, not even looking for him.
Boy, the crowd is loving this because he's been picking at the crowd all night. DiVincenzo
are elite at home, and they've had injuries throughout the season, so it's not like defense and their energy is at its best, and they just have to.
50% free throw shooting tonight for the Wolves.
To go within 5, that's the official crunch time.
Conley defending on Thompson. He stays with him through the screen. Edwards, this possession defended by Commit. Conley gets it back to Anthony. Drives baseline.
Out the corner. Back Conley down. Those are the things that come.
Anderson on the drive. Here's McDaniel's trip.
Here in the fourth.
Good ball fake to get by McDaniels. Finds the open DiVincenzo. Reed in the trail for 3.
Draymond Green at the end of the bench, chirping the loudest. Draymond Green out there in the fourth corner supporting his teammates off season, and rightfully so, to rest his body. So those first 2 months, of things, Klay Thompson is looking as elite as he has been.
Under 10 points in the ball game. Thompson, deep 3. Well, this is a huge turn of events now as Looney picks up his 5th foul. What could have been Toda.
But again, they're guarding Anthony Edwards. They're making them play.
Jordan Poole, step back. Tipped up.
So to run something to get Anthony the ball.
Anderson, here's Edwards. Point game. Thompson. Little lax on that pass. Edwards will try again. Looking to Mike. McLaughlin. 10 free throws in the game.
Figure out how to be aggressive. They were basically boxing one. But Ant Edwards will learn from this. He will understand this, and I believe.
Naz Reid for 3. The fourth quarter comeback for Golden State to 104. They go a game above 500. Send it out to Ryan Ruocco and J.J. Redick in Denver.